Well, I'm gonna be honest. I don't know exactly how I want to start this YouTube video, but it's definitely gonna be different than my others, as you can probably tell from the title. I don't know what I'm gonna title it yet, but I'm angry. And I always am. And you wanna know why? Because I'm a woman playing Valorant. And if you have ever been in my Twitch streams, you know that I identify as non-binary. We're ignoring that for the time being. Because it is a fact. Most people can tell by my voice that I'm AFAB, assigned female at birth. I don't try to ignore that. It affects my daily life. Like my daily life being a content creator who plays Valorant. And I'm gonna be honest. I love Valorant. I love this game. It is so fun and addicting, and I have spent way too much money on this free-to-play game. But a very select amount of people make it a nightmare to play. And those people, for the most part, are men. And I'm very tired of it. So I'm kind of making this as a little PSA. Or an informative video, if you will. If you are not a woman, or do not sound like a woman, you do not know what it is like to be a female content creator playing male-dominated anything. It is a nightmare. Now, what's kind of inspiring this is an event that occurred yesterday when I was playing with my friends. And I said, good luck, have fun, everyone. Right? Like I normally do. I'm a pretty positive person. I like everyone to enjoy the game as much as I do. And somebody on the other team decided to tell me to kill myself. Now, if you're not a woman, or you don't play with women, you're probably like, wow, that's pretty extreme. No, that's where you're wrong. That actually wasn't extreme. And that's the worst part about it. Okay? Because it's funny when people think that's extreme, when I get told that basically on a daily basis. And people just like to ignore that. And I am sorry that the gameplay is really laggy right now. I don't know what's happening. This is not working at all. Oh my god, how did I end up here? But, I'm a little used to it. I wouldn't say I'm totally used to it. I'm definitely not. I don't think anyone can get totally used to it. But it is had less of an effect on me lately. Oh god. When you play for a long time and you hear this stuff on a daily basis, it tends to affect you a little less, right? And they always get punished by Riot. Immediately after that game, I got a report update saying that they were banned. And I was like, cool, thanks. But that's not really the issue I have. Riot is great about banning people lately. Like, I see them do it all the time. Especially with extreme stuff like that. But the problem is, it's still happening. And the funniest part is that you people think it's still okay to talk like this. And I'm saying you people, if you're watching my videos, you're probably not one of the people I'm talking about. But other people still think that this is something you can say to people. And it's not.
Watch it here.
Last player standing. Last round in the half.
And now,
Just take B, bro. They're all the
some of my friends were very supportive after that happened. They're like, you know, I get why you're so upset. Because for a little context, I blew up on the person. Now, my friend also informed me that I was making it sound like I was being a lot more negative than I actually was. So I'm gonna try to be as accurate as I was. I was telling him to fuck off, and I'm trying to be a nice person, and I enjoy this game, and I want him to enjoy it too, and I hope he has a great time, and I really just want everyone to enjoy this game because I enjoy this game, and I don't want to make a toxic place for it. And I remember at the end I was like, I hope you have a wonderful day and a wonderful life, because that's what you deserve. Like, nobody deserves to be talked to like that in a game. And yet some of my friends were like super supportive about that.
Switching sides. Match point.
Are you?
But as supportive as my friends were, they don't understand. All of my current close friends are guys. Now, guys are great. They're great, and they're definitely the majority of friends I'm gonna have playing this game. But they don't actually understand. And if you're offended by that comment, you're either a League player or you just need to shut up. Okay? Most guys do not understand what a woman goes through on a daily basis to play these kinds of games. And they just won't. You know why? Because men have more respect for men than they will anybody else. And the worst part about it is, most men don't stand up to those kinds of men.
Last player standing. 30 seconds left.
I dinked her in the head. How?
Hackers win.
And that's another thing I'm upset about. When this happened yesterday, nobody stood up for me. There were a few comments like, whoa, like, what was he getting off saying that? I was the only one that spoke back to him. Which I get. That happens a lot. A lot of people are just like, mute, report, and move on. And I can't confirm or deny that his team was or wasn't yelling at him. I don't know, obviously. I'm not in their voice comms. But I was the only one yelling at him. And I am telling you right now, if you are one of those people that just mute, report, and move on, unless you are doing that for your sanity, stop. Because if you're doing it for your sanity, I'm not going to tell you to stop. If it's for your mental health, I'm not going to tell you to compromise your mental health to stand up to somebody. But if you're just playing the game and you're muting them just because you feel like it, stop. There are so many of these people who think it's okay to yell these things at people. I'm not kidding when I tell you I have opened my mouth in game and people have dodged because they heard me talk. I am not kidding when I say I open my mouth and people throw the game. They go AFK. They yell slurs at me. They tell me to off myself. It is a daily occurrence. And people aren't standing up to people. And like, I won't always talk back. I haven't for a very long time because they do not shut up, because it is me against them. And now I have a very select few people that I play with that will guarantee say something back to them. But that's if I'm playing with them. It is not a majority of people that stand up and say, hey, you shouldn't say that to people. Because I am telling you right now, if half the people that I played with stood up to these bigots that were saying this shit to me, they would stop saying this shit. And again, I get if you just want to live your life in peace, you know, talking back, it just hurts your brain, your mental health gets bad, you get way too angry, you get way too upset. Like, I get not saying something. But especially the guys, because so many guys, especially in Valorant, because so many of them have also played League, I know that they have dealt with this stuff before, because from what I've heard about League, it used to be very, very toxic. And still kind of is, I'm assuming, but I don't know firsthand. I don't play it. But the League guys, I'm like, stand up for yourself and stand up for other people. Like, what is so damning that you cannot stand up to another guy being toxic in Valorant? Because I am telling you right now, I don't care if their opinions change. I don't care if these people have like a whole change of heart and like completely change their life ways. But if people were against them as a whole, if people just kind of made it a basic narrative that people won't stand up for this shit, then people would stop saying it.
Blank.
Last player standing.
But no, nobody stands up to them. Like, people might meme back and be like, oh yeah, keep talking, blah, blah, blah. But they're not actually standing up to them in any way, shape, or form. And they're, okay, well, people aren't saying anything, I can keep doing it. And if you're about to say, oh, well, what about Riot? You said Riot does a good job. Yeah, Riot does a great job. First of all, if people report them. And second of all, what then? They get banned for an hour, 30 days, whatever the ban time is. They get back on and do it again. Their account gets disabled. They go back and they make another one. Like, it's gonna keep happening. Riot can only do so much. But the culture in Valorant can change, and that can do a lot more.
Reloading.
The problem is, people don't want to do it.
Good attempt.
Joke's over.
Whoa.
Dead.
Last player standing. One enemy remaining.
Not even sweating.
Last round before the switch.
Now, on the contrary, there are plenty of gamer girls that I have met that are also toxic. Alright? Don't try to comment on this being like, oh, well, females can be toxic too. Yeah, no shit. Everyone can be toxic. But if you're trying to sway the fact that the majority of it is men, you're wrong, okay? The majority of it is men. And the problem with that is that the majority of players are men.
Reloading.
And all of the non-toxic men don't want to do anything about it.
Where are
For you.
Because I will tell you right now, I know firsthand that toxic men will shut the hell up if a guy stands up to them. More likely than they would if a female stood up to them.
30 seconds.
It's just fact. I have seen it happen. I have seen people not take me seriously,
One enemy
and then one of my male teammates says something, and then they're like, oh, yeah, sorry, yeah. It's a joke. It's a complete joke. And if you're wondering, oh my god, this person is going back and forth, what the hell is the point of this video? The point is fucking see something, say something. Okay? Because I'm glad that most people don't have to get told to off themselves on a daily basis while playing Valorant. But I deal with that every single day. And you know what I say that most often triggers that? It's when I'm telling people good luck, have fun. That's what sets people off the most. Is just when I tell them to have fun. Because God forbid they have fun in this game. It's a game. It's supposed to be fun. But everyone is so hell-bent on making it a nightmare for some reason.
Last player standing. One enemy remaining.
Four.
Hey.
A.
I really am fantastic.
Match point.
You've earned this win. Let's make it official.
I just want to add on to the whole mute, report, and move on thing. It gets exhausting. Because I do that every single day, multiple times a day. And I'm human, okay? I get tired of doing that because I do it so often. I have to listen to people be assholes on a daily basis. I have to deal with people calling me slurs and telling me shut up and telling me to get in the kitchen and make them a sandwich. Okay?
Face your
So I don't always want to mute and move on. And honestly, I shouldn't. Because the more people that stand up to these people, the less of these people there will be to stand up to.
spike planted.
It's just that simple. If the majority of people are against them, then they won't be there. And I'm sure a lot of you are thinking, what the heck? Like, nobody supports being called a slur in game.
Last player standing.
If you don't support it, then say something about it. Because you can't say you don't support something and then just let it happen.
Rest.
That's not how that works.
Enemy remaining.
You.
That's not how that works.
Face your fear.
If you say you like cats, right? But every single time you see a cat, you just back up and use your foot to like push it away from you, then you don't like cats. And it's the same thing with game toxicity. If you say you hate it, but all you do is mute them and nothing else, like even if all you do is report them, that's more than nothing. Jesus Christ. That's scary. Even if you just report them, and that's the only, like, showy thingy you do, that's more than nothing. But I cannot tell you how many people
Player standing.
just mute them
It's over. You're dead.
and nothing else. And I know that a lot of people do it
Death.
because a lot of people don't get banned. A lot of people will have their whole team on their side and report anyone who's trying to report them. And then Riot's like, well, what the heck?
Barrier created. Bomb buddy out. Face your fear. One enemy remaining.
Because everyone knows what that little banner looks like. When
Defenders win.
you get in a game with somebody super toxic, you come out of the game and they're banned. You get that little report feedback banner. So I know how many people I report actually get banned. And it's not a lot in comparison to how many people need to get banned. Because the majority of you are like, oh, I don't care. But then you'll turn around and complain about the toxicity in the game. I don't want to hear anyone complain about toxicity in a game that they do nothing about. And if you're just watching this to watch this and be supportive, I appreciate it. And if you're sitting there and you're one of those people that spam reports somebody when they say like slurs or something completely sexist or out of line in chat, I appreciate you. I am not talking to you. You are doing what you should be doing. But if you're one of those gamers that's just like, oh my god, another one of these people, hits the mute button and just plays your game, fuck you. Do something. Help us out, please, because I am so tired of telling people to have good luck in a game and getting told to off myself at least twice a day because I tell them to have fun in a fucking game. Because let me tell you right now, firsthand, if one person is talking shit and the entire team turns on them, they shut up real quick. Because it has happened to me like that. When one person was extremely toxic, all 4 other players, including myself, told them to shut up and stop being an ass, and they shut up. And I got a report feedback immediately. So, in conclusion, I guess I'll wrap it up. I've been talking long enough. If you see something, say something. I'm sure you guys have heard that saying for years now, because it's a huge thing in schools about bullying. It doesn't end when you get out of high school. It doesn't end when the clock hits 3 or 4 or 5 or whenever you get out of school or work. It doesn't stop then. Okay? Toxic people don't just get a free pass when it's a certain time. People don't get a free pass whenever it's in a video game. Because let me tell you, your games would be a lot more enjoyable if people were nice. And you might think, oh, well, I can't do anything about that. If you're thinking that, rewatch the video. Because you clearly did not get the point. If you see something, say something. Because I'm tired of being the only one doing it.